So I need all the blessings. So that I can do this service of giving the class Sunday morning. First, because my throat is not fully yet recovered. So hot water along with blessings will help me to share something, whatever comes up. And also, it's not the only effort of the speaker, even though I did not give full justice for preparing the class. It is also the intensity. It is also the desire of the people, those who are listening, that something helpful may come out. So it's a two-way process. So if something comes out, it is because of all of you, that you are here in person or online, trying to know Krishna, trying to serve Krishna, trying to please Krishna. We will be reading from Chaitanya Charitamrta, Madhya Leela, 9th chapter, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travels to the holy places. Verse number 219. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So, CC Madhya, chapter 9, verse 219. Tamraparni snanakari Tamraparni tire. Naya Tripati dekhi bhule kutuhale. Tamraparni snanakari Tamraparni tire. Naya Tripati dekhi bhule kutuhale. Tamraparni snanakari Tamraparni tire. Naya Tripati dekhi bhule kutuhale. Word for word translation. Tamraparni. In the Tamraparni river. Snanakari, taking a bath. Tamraparni Tire, on the bank of Tamraparni river. So just like there is Jamuna Tire, there is Tamraparni Tire. Naya Tripati, the place named Naya Tripati. Dekhi, after seeing. Bule, wandered on. Kutuhale, in great curiosity. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. There were 9 temples of Lord Vishnu at Naya Tripati, on the bank of the river Tamraparni. And after bathing in the river, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the deities with great curiosity and wandered on. Purport. The 9 Vishnu temples known as Naya Tripati, Nav Triput, Tirupati are situated in and around Alvar, Tirunangarai. This is a town about 17 miles southeast of Tirunelveli. All the deities of temples assemble together during a yearly festival in the town. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So when I first read this verse, it says Naya Tripati, and in the translation it says Nav Tirupati. So Srila Prabhupada named the places New Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada named the place New Talavan, New Ramanreti. This is all he accepted from the acharyas, because even in Chaitanya Charitamrta, this place is being mentioned as Naya Tripati. And if I understand, it means Nava Tirupati. This place. Are you aware, Mataji, of this place? So the 9 Vishnu temples known as Nava. Oh, it's not Nava Tirupati. It's Naya. In the purport it says Naya Tirupati, and in the bracket it says Nava Tirupati. Nav also means 9. So Nav Tirupati are situated in and around Alvar Tirurangarai. Jai. So while I was contemplating what I'm going to speak upon, Lord Chaitanya, he is traveling, and because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the great efforts of His Holiness Indudumna Swami Maharaj and all his disciples and various supporters, we also were able to attend the Sadhu Sangha festival. And if we just travel with our own understanding of traveling, then we will see places, we will meet people, we will socialize, and we'll come back home. Just relieved from the day-to-day activities, and that can be the maximum thing which we achieve. Some relief from the anxieties, from the pressures of this material existence. And then the Bhagavatam says, it says that the happiness in this world is just like, a person, he is drowning, and most of the time his head is underwater. And sometimes when the person comes up and he is able to take few breaths, he feels that is happiness. The exact sentence is, temporary mitigation of miseries is perceived as happiness. This is the best case scenario. If we don't have the understanding of scriptures, the acharyas, then temporary cessation of miseries will be perceived as happiness. But when we see this world, we see our travels, we see everything through the eyes of scriptures and acharyas, everything and everyone is teaching us something, saying something. And it's highly recommended that we travel. Because sometimes just staying home, we go into the comfort zone. We start feeling my house is perfect, my job is perfect, my family is perfect, everything is perfect. There is no need of exploring what's the goal of life, because I'm already perfect. So traveling helps us to develop some detachment from comfort, because there are so many unknown places, unknown people, unknown situations, unknown weathers, unknown neighborhoods we'll come across. So our travel right now is still very comfortable. It's not that we are traveling like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago. We make all our travel arrangements. We book our Airbnbs. We know where we are going, and all the travel arrangements are made. But still, traveling is not easy. And it helps us to learn. Because bhakti is not about making life smooth. There is so much endeavor in the world to make life smooth. Every thing which is being sold in the market is to make our life more and more and more comfortable. And eventually, we might be in a situation where we have to do nothing. Just press a button and everything will happen. So bhakti is not about making life smooth. Bhakti is about making our hearts soft. How many of us do actual cleaning of our houses, our rooms? Most are adults, so mostly I think all of us we do, unless we have the capacity to get it done. But there is so much learning even in cleaning the houses. I don't know if it has ever happened in your house that things are too messy and you decide on cleaning the house and you don't know where to start from. And things look so messy. And sometimes the same thing happens in life. Things are so messy, we don't know what to do. We are so helpless. But if we are cleaning our house, we will have a lesson to learn. And what will be the lesson? Start somewhere. Start with one corner. Start with one table. And then slowly, things get better. Hanuman, he was trying to look for Mother Sita. And he was looking everywhere. And he could not find Mother Sita. And he got depressed. And he thought that if he return without news about Mother Sita, Lord Ram will die. And if Lord Ram will die, Lakshman will follow. If Lakshman will follow, even Bharat. He started thinking like that. And then, in that helpless situation, he looked in the direction of Ayodhya. And the breeze coming from Ayodhya, the direction of Ayodhya, gave him hope. Mother Revati is so kind. So, we should always have hope. And then we should keep trying our best. Even in the midst of crisis, there is always hope, because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can do anything and everything. And then, suddenly Hanumanji, he saw a garden. And he thought, oh, I did not check that particular place. And then he found Mother Sita. So even in the most helpless situation, where we don't know what to do, we can call out to the Lord. And that call in desperation, Lord appears. He may appear through some devotee. He may appear through some non-devotee. He may appear through some animal. He may appear through some situation, some indication. So the more we are tuned to Krishna, the more we are Krishna conscious, we will be able to understand the direction of the Lord. And Krishna sends our spiritual master. Krishna sends Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, and he's present himself as Chaitya Guru. So, with that smooth heart, we will be able to understand the signals given by Krishna through his representatives. So during Sadhu Sangha, several devotees came and they shared amazing realizations. Sachinandan Maharaj, he also gave a nice talk on chanting. And one of his statement was, when we become mindful of the person we love, the person is present in that mindfulness. He quoted Brihat Bhagavatamrita. So we need to become mindful, not practice Krishna consciousness, another to-do list. We have so many things to do. We think I have to do chanting also, and including me. I'm not the one who doesn't have that mood. I need to do my 16 rounds. I need to do my 16 rounds. So then they just become rounds. And then we cannot experience Krishna within the same 16 rounds. And then we don't, at times think of chanting the 17th round, because 16 round are out of duty. We have to chant. And the love begins on the 17th round. Because love is not calculative. Love is beyond calculation. So we have to be mindful of Krishna. We have to be mindful of what we are doing, how we are doing, why we are doing. In one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada says, who was the devotee who went to Vrindavan, Krishna sent to Vrindavan to give the message to gopis? Uddhav. Thank you for reminding. I'm getting old, so I need all the help. So when Uddhav met Vidura, he remembered Krishna. He remembered Krishna and he remembered all the activities and the association and the friendship and the pastimes. But now Krishna had left the world. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, in the remembrance of Krishna, there is presence of Krishna. Isn't it amazing? If we really remember Krishna with our heart, Krishna is present in that remembrance. And several times, we might be only thinking about loving Krishna and but several times we may neglect our family members on the name of executing Krishna consciousness. You know, there is a pastime of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. One of his disciples came to him and he told him, you know, my wife left her body, she died, and I did not cry. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur replied, if you cannot cry for your wife, how can you cry for Krishna? So bhakti is about having soft heart. Sometimes, you know, the people, those who are closest to us, we can take them for granted. But the reason I am mentioning this point is being about mindful. You know, really, can we love Krishna if we don't know how to love our family members? Can we love Krishna? Can we serve Krishna if we don't know how to serve our family members? Can we serve the members of our community around? You know, with that mindfulness. Again, each topic is so deep, we can keep going on and on. But one of the lessons was being mindful. But yeah, several times we have so many things to do. We become so mechanical in our activities that we are not mindful of what we are doing. Chandramouli Maharaj, he was also there, and you know, he was sharing. After the Sadhu Sangha festival, we also went to D-Land, and there was the inauguration of Samadhi, Pushp Samadhi of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj. And he also shared one pastime which I remembered. And he said, you know, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he was a very gentle person. And I think Chandramouli Maharaj, or yes, Jayadvait Maharaj. I'm sorry, yes, Jayadvait Maharaj mentioned this statement, that during one meeting, you know, all was planned, everything was decided, what will be said, you know, what will be the agreement on, everything was going on smoothly. But some person raised a point, and Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he got very angry. And he started raising his voice, and he started becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And after the meeting, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he told Jayadvait Maharaj, you know, that I am the dog of Srila Prabhupada, and sometimes I have to bark to protect the society of Srila Prabhupada. So that is the consciousness of, or should be the consciousness of every devotee. Because both goes hand in hand. The international society, the health of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and the health the spiritual health of the individual practicing devotees goes hand in hand. The International Society of Krishna Consciousness is dependent on the members of the society, on their happiness, on their health, on their well-being. And the members of the Krishna Consciousness movement are dependent on the health of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So one cannot sustain without the other. For this movement to go 10,000 years into the future, the health of both the aspects is very, very important. And that reminded me of one of the classes of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj in Fiji. I was very new to Krishna consciousness, and that was the first lecture I heard. It was about demigods, and he gave a very powerful lecture in Fiji. And he said, he was holding his neck beads, and he said, this is the belt. I am the dog of my spiritual master. So we cannot comprehend the dedication, the loyalty, the sacrifices, what all these devotees have done for Srila Prabhupada. We cannot comprehend. We cannot imagine how can someone do that. How can someone take such a big risk? But they loved Prabhupada and they surrendered to Srila Prabhupada. So our only success is to please Krishna. And pleasing Krishna means, for all of us, pleasing Srila Prabhupada. And pleasing Srila Prabhupada means doing all our best in our capacity to cooperate. This is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. If we come together, we start quarreling. And if we go away, we are so lonely. Isn't it amazing? Just like the porcupines in the winter season, they come together, they are poking with their pines each other. But if they go away, they die because of cold. So they don't have any choice. They have to stick together, even though our pines or the needles are hurting us. There is so much quarrel. We should try our best to cooperate. And through that endeavor, we may fail doing it, but at least at the back of our mind, we should keep it that. Let me try to cooperate, even if my opinion is not taken, is not the one selected, even if things are not going the way I want them to go. But we should try our best to cooperate. In the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, when Shringi, he curses Parikshit Maharaj for putting a snake on his father's neck. Shamik Rishi, he was so angry. He was so angry that he cursed Parikshit Maharaj to die in 7 days. And when Shamik Rishi, he came to know, he started thinking, and he mentioned this verse, Tiraskrita Vipralabdha Shabda Shipta Hata Api Nasya Tat Pratikurvanti Tad Bhakta Prabhavo Apihi. The devotees of the Lord are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to avenge themselves. Have you ever felt being defamed? Someone is saying something about bad about you. Cursed. Someone in anger said something which might not be pleasing. Disturbed. Neglected. Did we ever feel neglected? Or even killed? No, we were not killed yet. But this is the bar of a devotee. We'll just go quickly over the purport. Rishi Shamika also knew that the Lord does not forgive a person who has committed an offense at the feet of the devotee. The Lord can only give direction to take shelter of the devotee. He thought within himself, he means Rishi Shamika. Rishi Shamika thought within himself that if Maharaj Parikshit would counter curse the boy, he might be saved. But he knew that a pure devotee is callous about worldly advantages or reverses. As such, the devotees are never inclined to counteract personal defamation, curses, negligence, etc. As far as such things are concerned, in personal affairs, the devotees do not care for them. But in the case of their being performed against the Lord and his devotees, then the devotees take very strong action. It was a personal affair, and therefore Shamik Rishi knew that the king would not some lines were deleted while I took the printout, that the king would not take it personally. Assume. It is not that only the Brahmanas are powerful enough to award curses or blessings upon the subordinates. The devotee of the Lord, even though he may not be a Brahmana, is more powerful than a Brahmana. But a powerful devotee never misuses the power for personal benefit. Whatever power the devotee may have is always utilized in service towards the Lord and his devotees only. So personally, a devotee, he does not react. But when it comes to the service of the Lord and his devotees, then a devotee, he jumps in and he takes the corrective action. We have our Pujari department, and I have observed for so many years Mother Chandravali. It's a heavy service. You have to be on time, cleanliness, punctuality, and so many details, and dealing with so many devotees who are still learning, dealing with so many devotees who are learning and sometimes might be of the opinion that we know everything and may not listen. So personally, if someone would say something to her, she never took it personally and never reacted, responded. She was very tolerant. She is. And then for service to the Lord, she would sometimes make some strong points. She would come and make a point. So when we come to the temple, we just don't come to take the darshan of the Lord. Yes, Lord is very kind. We come to take darshan of the Lord. But we also come to see the devotees, to observe the devotees, to contemplate on their character. And if we are mindful, we will see, in spite of so many challenges, difficulties, adversities, they are serving so mindfully. There is a verse, one who goes to the site of pilgrimage just to take bath in the river is not really the intelligent person. But we go to the dham or to a pilgrimage to associate, to see the advanced devotees and hear from them, learn from them. So there are many such devotees residing in our dham as well. Please observe them, see them, learn from them. Duality is reality. In this world, there will be duality. There will be happiness, there will be distress. There will be heat, there will be cold. There will be spring, there will be autumn, there will be winter and summer. It's just coming. But as Bhagavad Gita 2.14, Shitosna Sukha Dukkada Tam Tatikshava Bharata. We have to tolerate. The duality is reality, but the goal is stability in that duality. And how that stability is achieved? When Krishna sees, our spiritual master sees our sincerity in trying to please the Lord. And we must keep going on. The example is of a bicycle. There are if we have to balance, we have to keep going forward. Some people can balance at the same spot as well. They are in the circus, but most of us, we cannot balance the bicycle just staying at one place. For to be balanced, we need to keep moving forward. Similarly, to remain balanced in our Krishna consciousness, we need to keep moving forward in our endeavor to become a better version of ourselves. Even though the time is limited, we have 24 hours, we cannot do more, but we can definitely do the same things with better quality. If we are doing less, yes, we'll try to do more. If we have time, yes, we'll try to do more. But doing with quality is another aspect. So when we say keep moving forward, we can either increase the quantity of our service in a balanced approach, but we should also focus on increasing the quality of our service. Be more conscious of doing the service which we are doing. We should have the intensity of doing more, but we should also have the sensitivity while doing the service. Jai Shri Radha Kalachandji ki Jai. So just to conclude, just one final statement that this balanced approach is very, very important. We should not be too selfish and we should not be too selfless. Each of us, we have some capacity in how much capacity we can do the service. So real selflessness, it blossoms within healthy selfishness. Just like during the COVID times, the doctor, they were selfish. They were first worried about protecting themselves. They would wear a mask. They would wear a special dress. They would do so many things so that they don't get infected with the virus. So they were selfish, but that was healthy selfishness. And then they were selfless as well. They were putting their life at risk to save other infected people. So, selflessness blossoms within healthy selfishness. Thank you very, very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Radha Kalachandji ki Jai. Is there any corrections or questions? Yes, Mataji. Mataji caught it or caught me. Wish. Mataji is asking, I'll rephrase the question while Narottam Prabhu brings the mic. Or please repeat the question so that everyone can hear.
Thank you for nice class, Prabhuji. So, about your comment about balancing selflessness and selfishness, taking the example of the porcupine you mentioned, how to balance by not poking anybody, and not only inside the house, in Grihastha ashram, and also in a community. Not be a porcupine by not poking, or also protecting ourselves from not being poked, and still experience the warmth of Krishna consciousness in the community, in Grihastha ashram. How do we get to that balance?
Thank you for the very nice question. So yes, if the porcupines come too close, we cannot do anything. It's our personality. We have those needles and we start pinching others, or others start pinching us. But if we go far away, we also die in cold. There is the component of let's start with, there are two aspects of remaining healthy. One is insulation and one is isolation. During the COVID times, both of them were emphasized. There was isolation. If you are infected, please remain in a room. Don't come out for 5 days, 6 days. If you are sick, please don't come to the temple. If you are sick, please don't come to the office. So that is the phase of isolation. Then there is another phase of insulation, where we cannot stay forever in our house, in our room. We have to go out for our mental, for our emotional state to be healthy as well. We have to meet people. And at that time what helps is insulation. So insulation, or our immunity, is dependent on our diet. What healthy foods which we are eating? Do we have a healthy lifestyle? So similarly in Krishna consciousness, the practice, the process of Krishna consciousness gives us insulation. Our chanting 16 rounds minimum, as attentively as possible, as consciously as possible. Eating prasadam, doing our services. Sometimes, there are crises and we should extend and help whenever possible. But if we are always in a stretched zone, and if we are not taking care of our health, our spiritual health, our sadhana, our immunity, the spiritual immunity may go down. And we will get infected. So we should do services as much as possible, as attentively as possible, but not compromising on our sadhana. And at the same time, there is another side also. So, our tendency is to go to extremes. No, I have to, even there are services, but I need to take care. I'll just be worried about my sadhana. No, both need to go hand in hand. Isolation and insulation. So service and sadhana has to go hand in hand. And then we'll be strong enough, even if some situation may happen, some circumstances may come, some challenges may come in our Krishna consciousness, we will be able to sustain and we will be able to practice the verse which we said. The devotees of the Lord are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, these are the different needles of the porcupine. Even if they will come, why a pure devotee of the Lord, he is able to tolerate them and never incline to avenge? Because he is so insulated by love of Krishna, by the shelter of Krishna, by the mercy of the spiritual master, by the love of devotees. So we are very, very blessed. Even in the spiritual world, it's not that conflicts don't happen in the spiritual world. There also the conflicts happen. But all are for Krishna's pleasure. So that insulation is very important. And we should not isolate ourselves. Sometimes, it can happen that we isolate ourselves, our kids, our family too much from the world outside, from the community, on the name. They are all non-devotees. We don't need to associate. Yes, we don't take their association, but only if we are healthy enough, we will give our association to them. For that, our insulation is very, very important. So in summary, selfishly selfless, insulation, isolation, sadhana, service. So as we keep practicing, we learn the art of balancing more and more and more. And then it is Krishna's and Guru's mercy. It's not that, at least we have to do our endeavor part. This is our endeavor part. And then one day the Guru and Krishna, they've already blessed us, but they will bless us even more. So, thank you. It's a very, very deep topic, especially while we are living in a community.
Prabhu, that was very nice. I liked your gravity when you speak. One thing that was coming to me in Mother Lakshmi's question, what's your initiated name now? Huh? What is it?
Lalita Sundari Mataji.
Lalita Sundari Mataji. You were making the point about how, say, if devotees go to a dham, and it's just going to be a mundane experience, you're just going to get a relief. But what I would recommend everybody to do is to create a spiritual environment wherever you go. Like, a nice thing to do is just take some books, and wherever you go, even if the person is completely in a materialistic state of mind, and then talk to them about what you do as a devotee. Like, hi, I'm from Kalachandji's Restaurant and Palace. Have you ever found out about this place? It's a spiritual yoga, bhakti yoga community in Dallas. I've been living here for so many years. Where we practice by teachings of Srila Prabhupada. Have you ever heard about us? Have you ever been here? We have an award-winning restaurant. We do a nice event, like a Festival of Joy every year downtown. We're getting, and talk to them and create a spiritual environment. Don't just like go to somewhere and just dumb yourself down to the point where you're just like taking in everything from everybody else, but not creating an environment for yourself. An office is very focused on them about yourself.